I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, people? How you doing? It is a great day, and I'm so very excited to have you guys here. It is another edition, but it's an edition for music. You know how I love music. You guys know that. So I have two artists here, and they're combined. Actually, you know what? I don't really want to talk for them because I usually get things wrong, and so I don't want to do that. But I do want to introduce to you Lil Ya and A-Ro, and I hope I said that right. And okay, so let's just get them on the show, and then you know, I'm very bad with names sometimes. So welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, how you
Thank you for
doing?
having us.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome. So
absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
let's start with Little Ya. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about yourself.
Okay, I'm Lil Ya from UNLV, formerly Cash Money Records. I was going to say legendary group UNLV, but I mean, when I say the word legend, people tend to thinking it's over, and it's not over. You know, I'm still active, very active, doing my thing with it. But I'm from UNLV, formerly Cash Money Records. We was Cash Money Records' first group. You know, we sold countless amount of units, and we was really responsible for them getting their first deal.
Wow. Wow. So that's I mean, to be responsible for something like that and then kind of like going into it. I mean, we'll talk about this later, but a lot of times you don't even realize what you're getting yourself into. I know about that. So, A-Ro, welcome to the show. Tell everybody about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. My name is A-Ro. I'm from Pensacola, Florida. Um, been doing this since I was about 13 or 14 years old. It's been a dream for a long time. And I'll go on ahead and give flowers to Mr. Yafet Jones, my man. I've been a fan of his since the 90s. So to be able to work with him is a trip. So I take it serious. And we got a pretty good little project out right now that we're proud of. And I just want to make sure I'm doing my best. I don't want to let him down. So that's me.
Mhm.
I'm from Northwest Florida. You know what I mean? We do our thing. You know what I'm saying? But we love everything out of New Orleans and all that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I want to welcome you both to the show. It's amazing what you've done, Lil Ya, and it's amazing that, you have found an artist, A-Ro. It's hard to find artists, and it's also hard to find people who are very serious about their art. How did you guys connect?
Well, I connected with A-Ro. Like you said, first of all, it is hard to find artists, but I actually connected with them through the internet.
Hmm. hmm
A-Ro,
hmm
how did that happen? What did you do, bro?
Okay, so I want to say it was probably, yeah, it was the year 2018, I believe, and I just reached out to him through Instagram, because the world is changing and it's different now. So you got to take advantage of the way things are now. So I reached out, but it wasn't on some fanboy stuff because I knew, because I take myself seriously, but I mean, this guy's a major league guy and I'm a nobody. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't wasting his time, and my verbiage, my language was right. And I was just letting him know that I was an up and coming artist, just trying to get some kind of way. And he respected that, but at the same time, it don't happen right away. He's got to fill me out. We went a couple years of back and forth. And that's why I'll tell anybody, man, you don't give up, man. You got to, somebody like this man right here, just because you didn't sell yourself to him right away, he's studying you. So, this thing went on for probably what, two, four, two, four, 6 years, 6 years. Yeah. 2022 last year. And
Wow.
I produced a couple tracks for him. I want to say back in 20, and they weren't hitting on a whole lot. And honestly, I was like, man, I don't know if I had to send him these, but for me, it was more about the principle behind it, to show him that I am working, I'm not playing, I'm not wasting his time. And um, he didn't, really do anything with them tracks. They weren't really hitting on a whole lot, but it definitely, I think from that point on, it solidified whatever we had to build on going forward, which ultimately, hang on, I'm still trying to get my camera right. Ultimately, last year I lost my wife last year in a horrible, horrible way, right in front of me. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to even live no more. You know what I mean? I really did not want to. Um, but right before I lost my wife, she confronted me in January of that same year, and she really pressed me hard on, what are you going to do with your music, man? You've been bull trashing, and you know what I mean. You need to really don't go to the grave without knowing. You need to really really give this thing a shot. And you know, little did I know that in just probably, you know, that in just a couple months she was going to be gone. And through therapy, me and my therapist, a couple months into therapy, you know, I brought up my talents and dreams and, you know, and all that. And I told her what my wife said to me. And she's like, well, then you need to pursue that. And that's what happened, man. I reached out to Yafet, which we were already friends on Instagram, and he already kind of, you know, he seen what I was going through. I reached out to him, you know, once again, my problems ain't his problems. And sorry about that. My problems ain't his problems, but I reached out to him, and on the strength of what we had built on the last couple years, we decided to do a song together, and that song is called Blacktop. And after that song, um, that's where he reached back out to me. I'll never forget it, man. I remember I had to wait till the morning to get an answer from him. And man, whenever I woke up and I seen I had a message from Yafet, I was kind of scared to look at it. I thought, oh Lord have mercy, he's gonna tell me I'm garbage. But
Actually,
not
don't
only
mean
did
to
he
cut
not
you.
tell me I was garbage, I'm sorry.
Don't mean to cut you off, but
I'm
before we
going on, ain't I?
actually, the incident actually happened after we did Black Top because we only agreed to do what that one single.
That's it, that one song.
So
Yeah,
after
yeah,
the incident, yeah, we was like, you tell
yeah,
me
yeah,
we
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do
yeah. We
this.
only agreed on that one song. Yep. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I got your message that morning, I was like, man, I remember I sat there and held my phone for probably about 3 or 4 minutes. I was like, let me go on ahead and get this over with. And he was impressed, and he said he wanted to talk to me and we needed to go further with
But man,
this.
now the
Wow.
tracks wasn't hitting on nothing that he sent. But I like his persistence, and he got it that
Mhm.
you know he didn't have it as a producer, but once we done Blacktop, I was like, "That this dude got something," you know what I'm saying? And his passion for the music just blew me away, you know what I mean? And then, once I heard the story, I was like, "Man, that's deep, bro." So go ahead, continue, A-Ro, dude. You're doing a great job, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm learning as I go. Yeah, so you know, and I really don't, I didn't know I'm learning as I go. You know, I'm a student the whole time, you know, so I've just he's kind of like Yoda and I'm kind of like Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? We're in the swamp right now. We're trying to learn how to get the spaceship out of the swamp. But
Yeah,
you know, and I'm just following his lead, and this thing is just I'm taking it serious. I ain't playing, I don't play. Um, you know what I mean? I'm making sure I dot my I's and cross my T's because you know, music, man, that art is a expression of yourself. So you don't want to disrespect yourself. So I ain't doing that. I ain't never gonna do that. And I ain't gonna disrespect him neither. So yeah, we coming with it. We ain't playing. We
yeah.
bringing it.
That's so cool. That's so cool. When it came down to it and you thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a chance, and you gave him the chance, and all of a sudden it was like, whoa, this is cool. What what made you decide to continue with him?
Because he still have the passion and he still figure like I just had to tell him today, dude. I respect the fact that you do anything I ask of you. You know what I'm saying? You handle your business all the time. You do it real well. But now it's to a point where I feel like I need to ask your opinion on some things. You know what I'm saying? I can trust
Mhm,
your opinion on some things. So I need you to bring a little more to the table. So he's showing me more growth as we go along.
mhm, mhm. That is so cool. I love the fact that you guys have, combined your talents and put something out called PensaNola, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Tell me
Hmm.
about that. Okay, so who did this? Who decided this was gonna go out?
That was Yafet.
Mm,
Well,
Yafet came
I,
up with the
I
name.
decided it because I didn't, we didn't have any chemistry. Like, what I'm saying? Like you and me, you were actually study an artist as a CEO and you know exactly where to go. We didn't have that type of chemistry. So I figure, look, we both from the South. We got some things in common. We both from the South. You from Pensacola, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. We both a little up in age, you know what I'm saying? We got some things in common, a lot in common, you know what I mean? So I
yeah.
mean, PensaNola was only right to name it that, and I asked him about it before. I actually went with it, and he agreed upon it.
Yeah.
That is
I
so
mean,
cool.
it's
Remember, it's a
perfect
joint
because,
venture album. It's a joint venture album.
yeah,
It's
it
not a
is.
solo album, or it's not just his album. So it's
No.
like it's basically about my dog coming out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and me being from Pensacola and him being from New Orleans, it being the play on words, PensaNola, and then there's a lot of heavy relationship between the two cities. If you're from Pensacola, you got people there, and vice versa. They come to the beach over here, we go to Bourbon over there. So
Mhm.
I mean, it's a hop, skip, and jump. Just a little over
Yeah.
2 hours to be there, 2.5 hours.
Oh, that is so nice. That is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm way too far. I'm down like below Tampa. Um,
Okay.
I know how
Okay.
you feel, when it's just a hop, skip, and jump. I like hop,
Yeah.
skipping, and jumping.
Uh-huh. But y'all were listening to everything from New Orleans, just like, well, that's Florida, man. Florida vibes to
Mhm.
everything coming out of there.
Yeah.
It does. It does. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. So, now that you guys have this album behind you and you're promoting it and everything, what's next for you?
Well, we're already working on his solo album. I got
Mm.
him basically. See, it's like UNLV still popping, right? The other member is incarcerated. So as far as me, as a artist, we starting to work on our UNLV project. But as a CEO, I have A-Ro working on his solo album now. So he's in the
Mm.
studio. He already has tracks from Lil Young, Lil Kano, Symptom verse and stuff like. So he's work. We working, but it's not just another project like this that y'all will get from us. Maybe
Right.
y'all will, maybe y'all won't.
Who knows?
Right, right, right.
That's the beauty of music.
Yeah.
What do you see in your future, Aro? I mean, I know that that you lost your wife, and I would say if I was a wife, I'm a wife, okay, and I tell my husband or my loved one, hey, what you're gonna do with it, and then I'm gone. I still want them to pursue that. So, what are you doing to continue the legacy of not only you but your wife?
I'm doing just that. You know what I mean? You know, um, in this life, you got to keep I lost my dad when I was 17, and I was pretty mad. I was mad at God and everything. My grandfather was like, you got to get over that. He said, this life is for the living. Those that are gone, they ain't got no more bills to pay. And he wasn't lying, and that stuck with me. So, I still got to pay bills. I still got to stop at stop signs. Um, so, and it's something that's been such a heavy part of me for so long. Uh, Before I got married, we were married for almost 21 years. I had a little buzz going around here, and I was working on some record deals back then too. I walked away from all that, not saying I was Jay-Z or anything, but I'm just saying, if anything, I was probably a little bit more bubbled up and raw back then. But I walked away. I gave 20 years, almost 21 years to this family that I lost last year. Um, so music, believe it or not, it was before her, and it's funny because it's around after her. But yeah, that's exactly what you said, man. I'm continuing with it. I don't know why I do it, man. Why do we do what we do? You know what I mean? Why do we do what we do?
It's terrible. I don't know. I couldn't even
I,
tell you.
I love it though. I love it though, man. I tell you what, there's something about music, man. And I think because it's a spiritual feeling. Like when you know that you're supposed to, it's a gift from God or whatever. Whenever you're doing it, you're going to feel so charged up and so alive and so full of whatever that you just won't have the dictionary to explain it. But in your heart, you're like, man, this shit makes me feel, excuse my language, this right here makes me feel alive.
That
It does.
passion,
It
man.
definitely does. Lil
Yeah.
Ya, do you agree?
I agree, and at that passion, I feel the same way. I went through a lot of, and I'm still going through trials and
Hmm.
tribulation, and I'm pretty sure everyone will, as long as they're living. But music is like a therapy for me. It's something I love doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it gets me through anything I'm going through or whatever, and I feel like, it keeps my sanity.
Mhm.
It keeps me sane. And anything that anyone loves to do, once you stop loving that, I can't imagine that feeling.
Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
That
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
wonderful. That is wonderful. I can't either. I can't imagine not having music in my life as well. And so you guys have your new album, PensaNola. It's out
Yeah.
now?
Yes,
Yes,
we are.
man.
We actually have
Yeah.
3 singles popping. Different
What?
radio stations playing different songs. We got our first single was All About a Dollar. So they can look on YouTube or download it or whatever. You got the videos and all the new era stuff. I'm from the old school, so I'm still learning
Hmm.
all
Hmm.
this digital what you call it? digital talk, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And what to tell them to go exactly to get it, but it's everywhere. You know, World Star YouTube got the videos. We have All About a Dollar, like that's the first single. We have another single called Hustler. That's crazy. And now we just put out another single called Life is Over Now. And all of them are real nice videos. The last one, Life is Over Now, that is real deep. You know what I'm saying? It's real deep. It's basically both our stories. He's talking about with the tragedy with his wife. I'm talking about the tragedy with Yellow Boy. Yellow Boy was a member of our group. UNLV was a 3-member group. You know, Yellow Boy was murdered in '96, so that's something I still deal with. You know, day to day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and we gave y'all the real and how we feel about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
album dope. Check it out. Check it out.
Definitely, definitely. PensaNola, guys. I want to
Yeah.
thank you so much for being on the show. I know that people can get on you on Instagram. So for Little Ya, it's LILYAUNLV3. And I do
Yeah.
have that in the description. And also for Arrow, I have AARONOHLSON, and it's
Yes,
also on
ma'am.
the screen.
You
And you
you
can reach
spelled my
out to
last name right.
Oh,
Nobody does. Nobody does. Nobody does.
I did it. I did
Yeah.
it. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show. I totally appreciate it, and nothing but success and love and respect to you guys for being in the music industry. It's not an easy thing, but I'm glad that you guys hooked up together and made it easier for each one of you guys to kind of move forward. It's wonderful when the camaraderie comes together like that.
Thank
Oh
you
yeah.
so
Can
much.
I
Thank you so much.
can I give him his flowers one more time?
Flower, go ahead.
Come on, y'all fat. Love you, baby. That I tell
Love you
you what,
too,
y'all.
y'all.
This man, look at here. If you know music, and if you don't know him, then you don't know me. If you know y'all, if you know anything about New Orleans culture and hip hop, you know about Yafet Jones.
Yes,
That's
You know what
right.
I
sir.
mean? So
Appreciate
I tell
that,
you
bro.
what.
And I smell it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smell it
Yes,
long as
indeed.
I'm here, bro. And
Yeah.
I
I'm
have
just.
one thing I want to ask before we leave. Yeah, yeah. I have
Yes.
a podcast that I'm starting called Be Real Podcast. And before we actually started recording, you told me a lot of interesting things about your show. And I want to know if it's possible. Once I get on your level, maybe I can interview you one day.
Ooh wait.
Say
Ooh
that again.
wait.
That's what's
Hey, I
up.
want to
That's
be
what's
on
up.
that. Ha.
That's what's up.
I
For
would
sure.
be honored. It would be an honor.
That's what's up. The
Definitely. You can reach out
Temptations.
to me anytime.
Wow, boy. Look, for real.
Yeah, boy.
For real.
Hey,
But I
yeah,
appreciate you
yeah.
having us a lot, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Well, hey, we love you. We thank you.
Oh,
For real.
thank you, Arrow. Thank you. And I love you guys too. And Lil
Yeah.
Ya, thank you. We got to stick together. We're in the music
Yes.
industry.
Facts.
And a
Yep.
lot of times it's like,
Yep.
you're head on, you're competing with each other. I don't
Man.
believe in competing. I think everyone has something special they need to give. And it's for a specific amount of people. And,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
just go out there, you do what you love to do, and
Hmm.
you live,
Yeah. Can
Right.
I
I
add on
love it.
that?
I love it. I really love it.
Can I
Yeah.
add on that?
Of course.
Hey, my uncle used to tell me, you can't bottle up greatness. So there ain't no sense in being scared of somebody. If they're better than you, they're just better than you, and take it up with God. So don't waste your time. You can't bottle up greatness because greats gonna do what they do. Look at Jesse Owens in the Olympics.
Hmm.
So you focus on you and be your best. Don't you? But you cannot bottle up greatness. That's it. So let everybody. Birds are gonna fly. Dogs are gonna bark. You know what I mean? Don't get in the way of it.
Bro.
I
For
love it. I
real.
love it. Well, thank you guys so much again for being on the show. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And until next time, guys, see you later. Bye.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh
Yes, ma'am.
uh